Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price for the 2-minute drill, wrapping up Tennessee's Spring Practice 2021. Josh Heupel's first orange and white game on this Saturday. Your overall takeaways?
Well, I think the first thing we saw the speed. You know, when we got to see the open practice, you didn't really see. You saw it a couple of times, but today you saw what they really want to try to do, and they want to try to go fast. And I can see the benefit of that because it's going to wear some defenses out if they can make first down. So, you know, I think something like 75 plays in the first half. I looked up and there were 3 possessions into the game, and I think 2 minutes were off the clock. So kind of what you thought you would see, offense would win the day, but I think fans got a glimpse of what they want to do. They want to play really fast, and they want to play really vertical. I think the first 3 possessions, every possession had a deep shot in it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And out of the quarterbacks, there's no doubt who won this day, and that's Harrison Bailey, who, just was steady Eddie, made plays down the field, looked poised, threw the ball with a great touch, was decisive, fluid, he got it out of his hands. And, Brent, one of these other guys may beat him out, but he's not going to give it to him. This is something that, he continues to be right there. Never is going to look flashy, but he just makes plays.
Yeah, he does. And I think you said it best. The thing he did today that I leave, spring practice, the lasting impression, if you will, is what you said. He made every throw. He made the touch throw in the flat. He made a check down throw. He moved and got out of the way if he needed to. He ripped a slant in there. Nice touch ball. He hit the deep ball a couple of times as well. I like what he got done today. And, Hooker doesn't push the ball down the field a whole lot. I think that works against him in this competition. I don't think Maurer can do some of the underneath stuff that you want him to do and doesn't do some things consistently. So, when you walk out of here, you say, you know what? The best guy for this team at this point, based on this day, was Harrison Bailey. I don't think any of the quarterbacks were very good a week ago. I don't want to knock the orange and white game, but I don't think the defense was nearly as exotic, and they certainly were without some people. So I think you got to be really cautious about, hey, we found our guy, this, that, there. But he deserves credit for the way he played today.
No doubt about it. There were some times where, all of them, if this was a live drill, would have taken a sack or taken a big hit. I mean, they kind of, the fact that they're, and Heupel talked about that post game, is the fact they, weren't in getting contact. It makes things a little easier for them. But you're right. I mean, very, very solid. I do think not being contact hurts a guy like Hendon Hooker because, as you said, he doesn't look to push it down the field. Although he did throw that nice ball to Cedric Tillman, who made a phenomenal catch there at the end on the walk-off. But at the end of the day, he does seem to play the short and middle of the field game a lot more. I think it hurts him, though, because his game is being able to move around.
Oh, I agree.
And you can't move around when you're no contact.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I will say this, though. I think he's got to be a little more aggressive with the ball. And what I mean by that is,
one bad pick, though.
Well, yeah, but he's got to be a little more aggressive in getting the ball down the field because this offense, it's very clear. I mean, look how many vertical shots they took first part of the game. I mean, they want to stretch the field. That's the design of this offense. And so you've got to be able to make those throws, and you've got to be able to rip it and let it go. And I think at times he maybe is a little bit cautious, and he's going to have to adjust that, in my opinion, to be in this competition. All that said about the quarterbacks, I think the other thing that jumps out to me today is what we thought. The best thing about this team is going to be at the skill spots.
Yeah, running backs and receivers. They've got plenty of receivers, and the running backs are really solid. Jabari Small, Jalen Wright, they both showed flashes. But, I mean, what they've got in those receivers, Cedric Tillman continues to come along. Never would have thought that a year and a half ago, but, man, he has really improved. You know what you're kind of getting out of Velus Jones. Jalen Hyatt, showed some flashes today, which you kind of expect as he gets healthier. And then Anderson Kobe, Harrison Bailey come right out of the half, and it's him for 2 balls on that opening drive. And, a kid that Tennessee kind of picked up at the 11th hour may end up being a nice kind of a diamond in the rough find.
Yeah, certainly. And again, I think there's some things to work with there. We also just see how shorthanded that they are defensively, and we knew that going in. This was a day that you said it, I think, on Outkick or whatever earlier this week with it. If you left here going, man, the defense had a great day and dominated the offense, it's a bad thing. That's not what happened today. What happened today needed to happen today. Tennessee made plays. There'll be a lot of energy about what this offense is going to be. Now the defense can get healthy and start to find an identity and see if they can play enough defense to complement the offense. They had a couple times where they've made the offense settle for a field goal, which is how this defense is going to win, I think, in this fall. So my biggest takeaway is the offense should be better, and they were better, Austin.
I tell you what, quarterback competition is going to be fascinating heading into fall. You don't expect Hendon Hooker to go anywhere, because if he does, he's going to move down. Brian Maurer, at least to me, and is the least consistent of the three. So does he take the risk of coming to compete in the fall, or does he look to bounce and go find a new spot, a new landing spot? Because you've got Joe Milton coming in. How this next month plays out at the quarterback spot is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be interesting to see, and kind of where Tennessee thinks they are, and who factors in where and how they factor in is going to be interesting. But again, I think when you talk about big picture and you talk about where this program was in January, with everybody new coming in and where they are right now, you see some confidence, particularly on that offensive side of the ball. They've got a long ways to go defensively, but you feel like there's a little bit of momentum. Maybe not the recruiting momentum everybody wants, but within the framework of the program, feels like there's a little bit of momentum going right now. Can they carry it through the summer? And we'll see what they can get done.
He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price. That's a look at Tennessee's Orange and White game 2021.